Pocket Coaching, and I'm very excited to be with you because I can speak. This is the first time in almost a week when I can actually speak, and that experience has been so transformative, useful, insightful, all of those things, that I want to share that with you today, because how often does one get an experience like that when something that you take for granted just goes without any lead up, without any warning? You just wake up and it's gone. That thing that you just take for granted has gone. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. What's that faculty? What's that thing that you do or you have that perhaps you take for granted? So with me, obviously, it's my voice. And what happened for me during that time, those days of enforced silence, a retreat from the world, if you like, because truthfully, there was no voice at all. Hardly a whisper. I mean, by the third day, a bit of a whisper. Sufficient that I could maybe go to a cafe and order a coffee, but, still get some stares, right? So, what's that faculty that if you lost would cause you the most distress? What's the thing that you do that if you suddenly weren't able to do it would cause you the greatest regret? Because during those days of enforced silence and retreat, here's what I really saw. Well, first of all, I should say it really scared me. I didn't just think, oh, well, this is something like laryngitis. People get this. Because I remembered a time when I had called my mum up on the phone and she couldn't speak. I mean, she had lost her voice, so that it was a tiny little whisper, like a tiny, thin thread of a voice. And there had been no lead up to it, no warning. It had just gone overnight. And actually, it never came back. It never came back. That was how she spoke for her remaining years. And that did scare me, because the truth is none of us have any guarantee of anything. And I had no guarantee whatsoever in that moment that my voice was going to return. So I'll be honest, I prayed, and here's what I said. I said, if my voice comes back, if I can get my voice back, I'm going to use it more. I'm going to value it more. I'm going to use it more. Because the truth is, my voice has been a big part of my life since, well, when I was 10, I used to do these competitions every year at the Portadown Speech and Drama Festival. And I used to win the competition every year. It was called the Good Conversation competition. And I'd go on stage with 3 of my classmates, and I would be the team captain, and they'd give us a conversation title. So something like, should Northern Ireland join the EU? Discuss. You can imagine. So my job was to keep the conversation flowing and make sure that my teammates all spoke up and had their opportunity and equal time to speak up, you see. So speaking on stage, truthfully, has been my thing all my life. And here's the other thing. I just don't do enough of it. I haven't done enough of it. And when I do it, it's the biggest sense of connection that I get with other people. Also, on a purely practical level, it's probably the thing that's boosted my business and grown my business faster and easier than anything else. You're meeting with people, you're showing people who you are, you're sharing a message, and those people who want your help come to you. So I made a sort of a deal in that prayer moment that I would bring this voice, this speaking, to center stage, haha, but center stage. And I would also make that the thing that I primarily helped other people do, to get on stage with your message and share that so that you fully express who you are in this lifetime and build your business accordingly and have that influence and impact that you want to have. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. So I'm sharing this with you because maybe you don't have to go through something like that to get an insight, bit of an epiphany into your own circumstances, your own situation. Is there something that if you were to lose it overnight would wake you up to the importance of it, the value of it, would perhaps encourage you to commit to it in a bigger way? So you could think on that, and when you see what that thing is, my invitation is to commit to it more fully than you have done. Make a pledge. Speak a vow that you're committing to it. Set your intention in the first instance. And then here's what you have to do. In order to get something bigger than you have had, you got to take action that is bigger than you have been taking. That is invariably outside of your comfort zone, because you know what they say, and it's true. If you want something different, you've got to do something different. So I invite you to look at what that would look like. Those actions. So I have a plan for what I'm doing. I feel so excited. But I also feel blessed. I do. I feel blessed and lucky that my voice is returning. Okay, it's not 100%, but that I have it. I have it. So I'm excited because there's so many things that I'm now getting on with that I was just putting off. And I also want to share this with you. During those couple of days of retreat, something changed as well. I just saw something really clear. So you see, up until this time last week, I was planning to move to Ibiza, to move back to Ibiza where I used to live, because I just thought, oh my goodness, I don't want to do another English winter. That is it. No more. And I was over in Ibiza the other week, and I was looking at apartments and meeting up with old friends and setting those plans in motion. And then when I made my vow, when I saw that I wasn't using my voice enough, myself enough, guess what else I saw? That it would make no sense whatsoever to go to Ibiza. If I have a pledge, if I've made a vow, if I'm committed to being on a stage, on stages, using my voice, helping you, others, do the same, I need to be where there are stages. I need to be where there are people. Now, I know we can do a lot of stuff online, which is fabulous. And also, there's nothing to beat being in the room with people on stages. And what I instantly saw was I needed to be in London. I needed to be in cities where there are people I can combine with and connect with and collaborate with. In an instant, Ibiza was gone. And I saw, it's London. Can you believe that? It's crazy. If you'd said that to me a week ago, I'd have said, no way. I have no intentions whatsoever of being in London. Done that. No need to go, all of that. So I guess when we really connect and commit to what's really important, other things fall in line, right? It doesn't matter